Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. This is me, your friend and host Muhammad Hasnain, once again with the University of Spoken English and Computer Sciences. We all welcome you once again in another interview of a very prominent personality. It is one of the people, one of the youngsters who serve for our country, and we can know them as a social activist, and we would introduce her to our topic, and she is Miss Romisa Malik. So Romisa Malik is a social worker, you can call her, and she also does social organize different social events, and also work for, she's also a social activist. And other than that, the most impressive thing that I've heard about her is that she has done her board. Am I right?
Yes.
So she's got 1,500 plus marks. So that is a very impressive, I could say, because of the total amount of marks in board. So if we watch towards that, so that's very impressive. And if we particularly watch towards the achievements of Miss Romaisa, so that is very much, I would say, inevitable, and we cannot forget about it. And I thought that why not to build and why not to take this very prominent personality into our show, so we can warmly welcome Miss Romaisa Malik into our show. Welcome, Romaisa.
Thank you so much, Muhammad Hasnain, for inviting me into your show. I'm really thankful for that, and thank you so much for introducing me in such great words. It's an honor for me being in your show. And also I would like to say that for me, I think for like when it comes to education and when it comes to board exams, first of all, I'm really thankful to Allah that I got such great marks, and I'm also thankful to my parents, to my teachers who have worked so hard on me that I achieved such great score in board exams. But when it comes to education, we should not limit ourselves to such boards and educational systems, but instead we should view education in a much broader view. And that's my view of viewing this field, viewing education, because it's not something that we can restrict ourselves into. It's like a much broader field that we can explore more and more, and by exploring this field, we'll explore ourselves in there.
Explore ourselves and become more knowledgeable and become better of ourselves. So, Ms. Romaisa Malik, I know you very briefly, but can you give a short briefness to them that what are your so far achievements and how did you took a start of your journey? I particularly mean that give a brief intro that what was the age from where you got the dream of becoming a social activist, plus how did this this work started of hard work, that you started to hard work and you wanted to get good grades. But I would not particularly talk about numbers or grades in this place, but just for a briefness that how can other students do the same as you did? Please give your short journey.
As for social work, I have started doing social work since age 4, and for that I don't even have it in memories what I did there. But I do have photos of myself because my father took me to the flood site area in 2010. What I did there was, because I was like just 4 years old, I wasn't that grown up that I would do some great work. So what I did there, that I distributed biscuits among small children. And that was the start of this journey of social work for me. And now I have done different workshops, different awareness sessions, different seminars. I have organized them. I have even participated in them, took different trainings. And in this way, I am here right now, and I'm still continuing to do and to serve my country in a good way. And as you have asked me about my marks and my grades, that is a completely different side of me. And I would first of all say that it's all thanks to my parents and my teachers' support and their hard work on me. And other than the hard work I would say it's all the motivation that I got. Because when you are demotivated, when it is like when you are told that you cannot do anything, then you won't do anything. But when you are told that you can do anything, then you can achieve even more than that. And that's what I would recommend to parents and their teachers as well, that do not demotivate a student no matter what their grades are.
Yes.
always
Yes.
motivate them.
If we watch to anything like in the world, we should always take it into a good manner. If somebody is telling you that you can do it, so I believe that we should not have enemy, or we should not make him our arch enemy, because we hate the person who who is like who dismotivates us or values us, and he doesn't has the value of us. But we should keep on our in way, and we should prove that he's wrong. Other than that, we can also prove with your motivation and Allah's blessing. We can do that very easily. And Romaisa, as you started and you said that I'm very much thankful to Allah Almighty. So what if you couldn't get well grades and you wouldn't have been passed through this stage? So would have been the same feelings for Allah Almighty, or would you have regretted and felt bad?
That is a very great question you have asked me, and for that I would say that if I had gotten the same grades, or if I didn't get the same grades I got right now, it won't like do anything with my relation to Allah. It's the same. Allah brought me into this world. I'm just thankful for that. And when it comes to my grades aren't actually a part of your life. They are just like a process you're going through life, and you just get hidden by something. And such difficulties, like if I hadn't passed these exams, I would consider this as an opportunity to improve myself. And for exams and such, I would say that just 1 or 2 or 3 exams won't judge you what capability you have. Your capabilities aren't judged by exams. It is judged by you. If you think you can do something, then don't let these tiny bits of grades demotivate you or stop you. Because if you want to achieve something, just think about that and just move on. Don't think about the pricks you have in your life.
Yes, if you watch to our life, so I would give the example of a marathon in which there are so many obstacles coming, so you aren't sure that every one of the obstacle you would go through it. Maybe you get a small you couldn't pass through some obstacles. That doesn't mean that you lost the marathon. It still, you can win the marathon. And by winning, I mean achieving goals. How do you watch towards these two terminologies, goals and objectives? How do you differentiate between them?
Basically, I think goals and objectives, even that, they are important in life. But the thing is, what is more important is our mindset. Our goals, we say, okay, I'm going to buy an apple for myself tomorrow. And what if I can't buy it tomorrow? Then what? It's all about my mindset, how I think about it. Am I optimistic or am I pessimistic about that? I can think about it in the way that, oh, I failed to buy an apple tomorrow, I won't get it again. Or I can think about it in another way, that, oh, I failed today, I can do it tomorrow again. So goals and objectives, they are kind of a way that polishes you. When you have them in your mind, whether you achieve them, whether you don't achieve them, it's all about your mindset. If you have positive mindset, then that means that you can achieve anything in your life. If you can't achieve it today, then tomorrow. If not tomorrow, then a day after tomorrow. Time doesn't matter about that then.
Yes, you give an answer of my other question, but actually the question that I asked was, what do you know about the difference between objective and goals? What are the difference for you among them?
For me, basically, you're asking about the difference between goals and objectives. Yes. So a goal is something that it's a very broad kind of a thing that you want to achieve, and like you have to be specific about it. But while you're achieving it on your way, you have to set some objectives and some kind of I would say, like, I would have to do that, then after that I will do that, and then I can achieve my goals.
You can call it kind of sub goals.
Yes, it's kind of sub goals. So I would say that they are kind of related, and they are in all like completely different words. They are interconnected words. And if I take it into my point of view, then I would say a goal is a broader kind of objective, that I would say. And then I have to pass through small and tiny obstacles, and I have to conquer small little things to conquer that big goal of mine.
I would clear the words of Romaisa. She means that goals are only 2 to 3 in our lives, from getting your degree to getting a good job to getting married and to becoming a great parent or to becoming a good person who makes his kid proud of himself. So these all are goals that come in our life, and objective can be from small things. Like it can even be that drinking water is your objective. Like when you're thirsty, it becomes your need and your objective both, that you have to drink water, and if at any cost anything breaks the way, you will even jump over walls for that. So we could call the obstacles walls that are coming in our goal, and objectives and our objective is to grow, to go through that walls and to go and pass out. So as we watch towards this, so what do you feel that is, which one do you feel that some people are there in the world who don't like themselves? When they get low marks, they blame themselves. And this terminology, like when you are very proud of yourself, is also called superiority complex and also called self-love. Both are called. So can we say that this kind of person who hates himself is having inferiority complex, or he's having a lack of self-love?
I would say that these two are again different words to explain a kind of same situation, and it's all about the mindset of a person. So the thing is, if a person can't achieve their goal or can't achieve good marks or something like that, then it depends. If that person had worked hard and then that person can't achieve anything, then that means that doesn't mean his hard work hasn't paid off. That means it will pay off, but not now, afterwards. Or no, you have to try again to get even a more better opportunity than this. You're not made for this. You're not made for this small goal of yours. You are made for even a bigger thing than this. So when it comes to the inferiority complex and lack of self-love, the inferiority complex, I would say it's more like of a scientific term. And for the self-love, I would more say it's more like of a psychological word.
Or we could call it, this is the word that came from the romantic ages, from literature. Yes. From literature it came, and self-love is when you have love. And I would also correct one thing that you just said right now. I forgot. You just said that self-love and lack, and you're saying that a new opportunity will come. Actually, this is a very wrong thinking that we have, that new opportunities will come. We should be the one to create opportunities. Yes. For ourselves, because nobody in the world is ever going to give opportunities. I experienced this once. I was in my class and I just said that I don't want to talk on myself. If sir says, I will do it. And all day I was just watching to my teacher. He was doing lecture. Everyone who rose their hands, they did what they wanted to say. They said what they wanted to say, and whoever wanted to jump into the topic, they could. But he won't give me opportunity. But on the other day when I went, all the time quietly I was the only one who was talking, because I was the one who rose my hand first, and most energetically and most happily I was the one who was doing it. And some other students are doing it by force. So we should also do everything by our own heart and create opportunity from our own self. We don't need to wait for big opportunities, because big ones don't come. And even if small opportunities come in your life, they are actually by your hard work and Allah's blessings. Yes. So if you watch towards it, so it doesn't matter if you're having anything different. So actually, if you watch towards it, so inferiority complexes, that when you are not, like, you feel that others are superior. And lack of self-love is when you say that others, I don't care if anybody says anything, but you don't like yourself. Even if people are saying that it's very good. So as much as I think that was the answer, but your answer was also totally correct. So I would also say that how to achieve goals in an easier, minor way. Like, people spend their 20s and their 30 years, and they spend their young ages all just for achieving their goals and getting a good job, and they even end up on having a job that is not of their own choice. And you in such a small age achieved so many goals that you wanted. Am I right?
Yes, that's true.
So how is that technique that you could also achieve, or anybody else could also achieve their goals the same easy way? What could be that way?
Basically, I would give two answers to this question. The first one is that you said that most of the time people spend most of their life, even their 20s and 30s, even sometimes their 40s, achieving their goals. But if they are spending their 20s and 30s and 40s, and if their goal is worth achieving, then even if they achieve it in their 60s, that's not a big problem. Because I'm not sure of this fact, but I think most of the successful people who are at their success peak are mostly in their 30s and in their 40s. So basically, the 20s and the teenage years that we have, it's a kind of the time we are getting to polish ourselves. So if a person thinks that, oh, he's spending so many decades of his life in achieving something, then that person should think, is what I'm setting for myself, is that goal worth it or not? Is it worth it, my 20s and my 30s?
And
if it is
worth it, my interest, or it is worth it of my own interest, of my happiness and my family's? Because why a person gets a job? To keep his family and himself happy in that payment that he gets. Nobody wants to do job for no reason. Yes, there are two things. One is, in your young ages you do a part-time job or something else, so you could get some extra money to fulfill your wishes and to fulfill your wishes. Because in that age, his parents don't have the ability that they could tell you that take this money again and again, because as you get older your wishes get bigger. But other than that, the second reason is to keep your family, yourself and your children, wife, them happy in the payment that you have, so that they could live their life happily. And every father wants that his son should live a better life than him. He shouldn't sacrifice his ages from that, and that's why he works hard, so he could go to a better school.
Yes, that's true. And I would give a small tip of mine to people who are listening to me. Basically, as you have said, I'm just taking it from what you have said, that people achieve their goals. People, like, if I have a dream job or if I have something, why they do it? They do it for happiness. For the basic thing is happiness. They want to get happier after, like, oh, I achieved this, now I'm happy, now I'm living the life that I wanted to live. So what if a person do this? Like, what if I do this? I have big goals in mind, but I haven't achieved them yet. And maybe my goals might be so high that it would take me my 20s, 30s, even 40s to achieve them. So how do I live through all these years waiting for that goal of mine? And that simple thing is, what you want after that goal is happiness, then just be happy from the start. Be happy from the start, from whatever you get. And if you're happy from the start, then you will enjoy the process as well. And after getting that goal, you will be more happier.
Yes, even I remember when I got my first salary, I was so much excited, and it was so satisfying to buy something on it. My father buys me so much expensive shoes. I never care of him. But I bought a 400 rupee shoes. That was my first income. And I was so happy, and I was giving it so much respect, you can call it, that I wasn't even, if it was dirty, I used to even wash it. And I was trying to not use it that much. I wanted to put it in a chamber so that everybody could see that I've earned something, yes, and I've used it on something. But when you have your father's money and you're wasting it doesn't have any taste. So in the start of your journey, you should enjoy it from the start. You will enjoy the process. If you don't enjoy the process, you will never enjoy. There is more fun in the process actually than achieving the goal.
Yes,
it is true. More entertaining to watch yourself achieving, and actually the thing that makes us happy is the small progress that we make in our life.
Yes, that's true. And yes, and that would be the advice I would give to students as well, that basically you are given a life. You are given a life not just to sit on your desk and just go through all the books and the books and the books and the books. No, studying is very, very important. But what is studying basically? Studying is studying everything around you. Even studying yourself is basically studying. So if you do this, that you sit like you give 20 hours or 19 hours in your whole day, all the time you've got to just studying, and then after, like, let's say you've got a very, very high achieving marks in your exams, then what happens after that? What happens to that time you have invested in yourself. You would miss that time, the time you have got, like the free time you have got. And
and even Shams Tabriz said, I would quote this in Urdu, that अपने साथ एक like इसका मफहूम है कि अपने साथ एक ऐसी जर्नी पे जाओ जो कि कभी ख़त्म ना हो. An endless journey when you go with yourself and you watch yourself. You are the only one and you are the only person at that journey. There is no one to interrupt you. And I feel that it doesn't mean that you should go in a bus alone. It doesn't mean that. But it means that there are lonely times in life, except for making ourselves like, except for being or crying because you're having no one to share your feelings with. Share it with yourself and explore yourself, because the most unexplored things are the universe, and if the concept of multiverse is correct, so then multiverse, and secondly it's our own mind and our own feelings. We never get to explore, and even space is somehow explored a little bit, because we know about the surrounding galaxies and we know about our galaxy, but ourselves, nobody knew it except for the great philosophers.
Yes, that's true. And I would add something to that in the process of exploring yourself, you get to know what you actually want. Because since we are basically on the topic of education, then I would add that most of the students in today's life, they are basically, I won't call it brainwashed, because it's kind of, I would say there's like someone puts a goal in their mind. Oh, this is a very nice field, go into this field. And like they think, oh, everybody's praising this field, then I should join this thing.
Yes, but
that's not
the truth. First of all, you should also watch your interest.
Yes.
But secondly, you should not go for the present scopes. Like presently, English is on the high top level, but in the future, computeristics would be on the top.
Yes.
So you should not go for, and Urdu, like literature is nowadays at the top, I would say, of any language there is, or language is also on the top and literature both. So if you watch, there are languages and literature is both on the top, but you should not go for language or literature because it is on the top nowadays. You should also watch to the scope of the future times. Except for that, you can also do English coding, in which you can use your own codes, and you can use English in that. So there are alternatives.
There are a lot of fields that we need to explore the world. We need to know how many, like which options we have, not just do what others tell us.
We don't even know that how many options are there for us. We just only know doctor, engineer, pilot, and some army and some other jobs. Females, there are some options like teaching, social activist, working in radios, or other than that, working as a doctor. Yes, it is true. And even if you watch to hospitals, if you go there, everybody asks for a female doctor, everybody asks for a female nurse. But when the ladies say that I want to be a nurse or I want to be a doctor, so then the family doesn't allow her. So this is kind of, sometimes it becomes nonsense that you're not allowing and then also asking for something. So first of all, you should allow what is your interest. And if there is scope, nowadays there is a very lack of females in every place. Like there is a 7 point somehow, now it might be 17, but the last year it was 7 point, I think 6 billion that was in need, like, of nurses. And you know, there are so many benefits, like nurses extend your life because they are the ones that help you and cure you when everybody rejects you. And even like that, doctors, they extend your life by somehow a year or two, because mostly your injuries that can make your heartbeat slower and make you more tired. Because death is something that comes when you become tired. You don't want to walk anymore. You are not able to do that. You lose your control. So I would take a small message from you, Miss Romaisa.
Basically, I would like to tell anyone and everyone who is listening to me that first of all, the first thing you have to do in life is not setting your goals, is not setting your objectives is not achieving marks or anything. It's the first thing you ever have to do is exploring yourself. You have to know what you want, actually yourself wants to do. You have to know what ability you have, and then you have to set your goal for yourself. If it has scope or if it doesn't have scope isn't a big deal. If people praises you for that, oh, you're doing great. If people don't praise you, if they mock you for that, nothing should stop you, especially what people say. Nothing should stop you. Just continue doing it. Fail again, fail. But the only thing you have to do is rise again and move towards that goal of yours.
Yes, rising from the ashes. When people burn you into tears and you rise from the ashes, there is a specific feel and you get inner peace. So thank you so much for being with us, Romaisa, and thank you so much to all of the viewers who sacrificed their time, and also Romaisa, who sacrificed her very important time. So this is all with me, Muhammad Hasnain and Romaisa today. Thank you so much, and Allah Hafiz.